Danny from Sircles on the line with us. Hi, Danny.
Hey, Rob. Hi, Don.
Hey, screw you, Brandon. Danny, before we get to these emails that we've been getting and the reason we have you here, just what about overall, how you feeling about over the last week, just Sircles in general, the engagement of Sircles, the followers, people downloading the beta, things like that?
Oh, we're feeling better than ever, and there's a clear difference between what's happening right now and what happened about a year ago when we launched the initial beta. I'm getting followers left and right. I see you are too. People are engaged. They're favoriting things. Engagement's high, and if this is any indication of what's to come when we launch in January, it's going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, and I mean, and this is just so people understand. Again, this is just people that have access to the beta, which is a fancy technical word for like a prototype, a testing model. Although this one is vastly improved from the one a year ago Danny's talking about. And yeah, it's like nonstop, Danny, every day. Oh, you want to meet your new follower? Meet your new follower. Look at your new follower.
Someone cares.
And we're checking in. We keep explaining to people too that we'll follow you back and we'll friend you, but we don't want to shut down the beta and follow everybody right away. So if you're on it or you haven't downloaded it yet, and you have access to it, which we'll explain, follow all of us. Brandon and Dawn and me, we're all on there.
Some girl, her photo was a chicken's. That's all I needed. I knew I was going to follow her.
Now, Danny. The reason we wanted to talk is we are getting a ton of emails, and I just picked out one here of the dozens that we've gotten so that you can address it. This one was from a guy named Jordan, not your Jordan, the big primary investor, but this guy says, I've been looking to invest on different things, and I was torn. On the first hand, there's some snakes I've been wanting to get to start breeding them.
Ew, weirdo.
On the other hand is Sircles, something that Rob and the crew believe in so much.
Oh, my God, way better than snakes.
I went ahead and I made a $200 investment in Sircles, and I would like to up my investment.
Whoa.
But when the goal is met, does that mean no more money can be put into your personal investment? So we're getting all different versions of questions about your goal and whether or not people can up their investments, make investments. So what is all of this about? Please explain.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you can still invest. If you invest late, your funds are going to be held in escrow while we work to make room. There are a couple things we can do that will allow us to go over the 1 million, that goal amount right there. And what we're doing is creating a new pool, basically, for something called accredited investors, which I don't want to get into right now. It's far too technical. But I have.
Oh no!
No.
Uh-oh.
Man.
We'll just have to get him back on the line.
Dang it. It's like when your show ends after an hour and they leave you hanging till the next week. This is what's happened.
We just Sopranos you. We just gave you a black screen Sopranos moment.
Right in the middle of it.
Live on the radio. Right as he's about to get into explaining how you still have an opportunity to invest
be continued
in this positive social media app that, as he said, we're hoping to have out by the end of the year for everybody to see where it's all positive recommendations and things like that. And
who shot JR?
We've had tons of people writing in going, it's only been a week, and can we invest? And so there's all this WeFunder stuff that he's about to explain. And then click. just click. And that was on his end. You heard it. Just click. Now,
sure, Rob.
Danny doesn't have that Jay Leno type chin, so it's not likely that he just cut himself off.
He has those muscles, though.
All right, Danny, we got you back. Geez, are you trying to be dramatic or something?
No.
Right when you get to the good part, you just hang up and you go, ha-ha.
Right when I get to the good part.
Jeez. All right,
yeah, what I wanted to tell everybody really is if you're in early, if you got in before we hit the goal amount, you are good. It is going to be first come, first serve, but we really want to make room for everybody, and we're doing everything we can. So
let me ask you this, Danny. We got here's another one we got from Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Says, I invested $500 on October 16th, and I got put on a wait list. They hit their goal on the 19th. But I know a couple people who invested on the 17th and 18th who weren't on the wait list. I'm confused why I'm on it if I invested before them. Is the wait list the escrow thing that you're talking about, or is there something else to this question?
You know what? We talked to WeFunder about that. That wait list went out on they didn't expect those emails to go out. And we just hit our goal so fast that we kind of messed with their system a little bit, and everybody got that wait list email, which has freaked everybody out. It's understandable, but it's going to be first come, first serve. And then we're doing everything we can to, just kind of, like I said, move people into a different pool so we can make room for as many people as possible. And, we encourage people to continue investing because there are things that happen. One thing that could happen is somebody invest early, but their payment gets declined, or they fail to send a check, because some people do send checks. Another thing that happens is they forget to reconfirm their investment, which is really important. An email went out a couple days ago that asked every investor to reconfirm. If they don't reconfirm within 5 days, they're actually kicked out of the investment. And that's something on WeFunder's end that we weren't really a fan of, but there's nothing we can do about it. So if you haven't confirmed your investment, please get in there. It's 2 buttons you have to click, and you'll lock yourself in.
It's an oddly worded email too, Danny, because I got it. And when you click on it, it says that Sircles has changed something. And then when you go in, I'm like, no, they haven't. But then you do have to hit the button that just says, yes, I still want to invest the money that I invested. And I also noticed that for a lot of people, it goes into either their spam or promotions folder. So people have to really be aware that you got to double check, because I just want to make sure I heard you right.
Oh.
If you don't reconfirm your investment, you will get kicked out of the WeFunder pool. Is that what you said?
That's correct. And so far, out of, I think we have 1,500 investors,
Jeez.
over 1,200 have reconfirmed.
Okay, but we still have 300 stragglers.
Oh, damn.
We still have 300 stragglers. That accounts for roughly $200,000, somewhere in there.
Dang.
So
oh my gosh.
let's go back to another thing that you were talking about, though, because people hear, oh, you hit your goal, but we are still looking for investors, and the way that people can invest is still through WeFunder. It's just going to look a little weird to them.
Yes, it's actually, I don't think it really looks any different, other than it says we hit our goal, and then it's going to place them on a wait list and hold the funds in escrow. We think there's probably an 80% chance we're going to get everybody in, but we can't guarantee it, and we're doing everything we can.
What does that mean for people when you say their funds are going to be held in escrow, that their money is going to be taken from them, and then what?
It'll be taken and held until the round closes, which we anticipate will be about 2 weeks from today.
And presumably the money will wind up being invested in Sircles, but if for some reason it doesn't, it gets kicked back to them.
Correct.
So that's it. They still have time, and they can. And what about that first guy's question? Because you said they could. Same process if you've already invested and you want. If I wanted to go in and invest more, I still go back into my WeFunder account and I just say that I want to invest more, and then I'm going to go through the escrow process as well.
Exactly. WeFunder hasn't been super clear on that. There's a possibility you can increase your investment and it'll stick, but there's also the possibility that it could be held in escrow. That's one thing I'm not 100% clear on, but I'll follow up as soon as I have clarification.
So either way, the easy answer to all of these questions that we're getting is yes. Go to WeFunder, make your investment, and follow all the procedures that they're saying, and there's an 80% chance, we hope, that everything's going to work out exactly. And hey, if it doesn't, you're going to get your money back, and at least you're in line, basically.
Correct.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us about Sircles?
Yeah, I mean, we anticipate that even if you get in late, there's a good possibility we're going to do another round in the future. I mean, that's always the goal, is to keep growing and raising more money and building this product out. Nice. We're building a business now, and it's
exciting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Hey, Danny, I got a couple questions here from people as you're on. I'm not quite sure I understand this one from Kent.
Hi, Kent.
But I don't have one of these, so maybe there's something going on that I wasn't aware of. He says, what's the status of the Android version? I know Brandon, you have an Android. Yours working, isn't it?
It's kind of a vague question. If he is a beta version member, if he has access to it, he can email us, and I'll forward your email on to the crew at Sircles to get you that access to the link so you can get the Android version, if that's what you're asking. Otherwise, I have the Android version, and it's working great.
Anything on your end, Danny, that you would know about that?
Nope. Android's live. Send us an email if you're not already in, and we'll get you in. I mean, I know the beta environments aren't the most user-friendly experience. Of the couple thousand people we've onboarded over the past week, we've had probably, somewhere between 2 and 5% of people that need us to walk them through the install. It's I sent clear instructions to everybody, but it can be a little bit tricky, and sometimes, Android and Google and Apple have their own bugs too. So, they haven't even fully gotten through their beta, I guess.
Right. We also got this from Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
We have addressed this, but there's no reason not to one more time. It says, I was wondering if within the app you can favorite products and not just businesses. Is this possible now? And if so, I can't find how to do this.
It's not possible to recommend products yet, but it is something that we're looking into.
In fact, the list of categories that you plan on expanding in is pretty vast from what I've heard you guys talk about.
It is vast, but, it's better to release with a few categories, get people used to using the product, create a really good, engaged user experience around as little as possible in the beginning. Because if you get into the app and there's a million categories, and you're seeing recommendations in all these different categories, it can just feel like you're showing up to a party and nobody's there. We want it to be active and engaged from day one.
Here's what I think you can do, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there are particular dry shampoo that I use, and there's an actual store, but then there's like the bigger, like the Ultas or the Sephora's, where you could also find it. And what I feel like could happen is, well, I'm recommending that store. Can't I take a picture of the products I use at the store and upload that?
You can do that. There's only one way to upload a picture right now, and it's into a trust tip, but we are working to integrate photos into the feed.
Nice.
So you will be able to do stuff like
Perfect.
that, yes.
Yeah.
And I noticed I saw, like, for the camera I could do it, but I was like, I don't know if I could figure it out. My husband was busy. So
Well, it's also because if somebody's looking, then they have to know to go into the place,
Yes.
the store, to
Yep.
see the tip. But it's better
Yep.
than nothing if you're just so high on this dry shampoo. Thank you for that, Dawn. Anything else, Danny?
No, nothing I can think of, but I do want to thank all of you, especially you, Rob. You've been such a great partner from the very beginning. You believed in us when nobody did, even some family members. I'm not going to learn right now. But,
nice.
and we believed in your show too. People told us, hey, radio, that's an older thing. It doesn't really work. And we're like, yeah, this is different. This is a 20-year family here. So
Absolutely.
I just wanted to thank you on behalf of everybody on the Sircles Tech to You Fire Up team. We're really thankful for your partnership.
Oh, well, we love it, man. It goes both ways. I appreciate you saying that. All right, and are we still gonna have? Are we gonna have a couple more Sircles Jerks on next week, Danny?
God, that name.
Yes, we are. We're going to have our lead investor, Jordan Baldwin, showing up with John at 7:30 on Wednesday morning.
Outstanding. Thank you, Danny. Talk to you soon. Have a great weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rob.
All right, buddy. We just got this email as well, alluding to something that Dawn said. As we go through, all of you that start following us, what we try to do first is if we can see, this person's already into things that I'm into or is going to places I'm into. Those are the ones we follow back first, and we'll get to all of you as well. Or you can use Dawn's system of looking at the picture. Paula wrote in and said, OMG, I knew I put chickens on my picture for a reason, to get Dawn to follow me back. Woot, woot. Oh.
Rob, anybody, and Dawn. The Rob, anybody, and Dawn Show.